Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the show today. Of course, it's comics news today for the 4th of January, 2021. My goodness, it's an odd year. We'll see how odd it gets. But happy to have you guys here. We're going to definitely talk about some comic book stuff today. Unfortunately, mainly it's a lot about movies and things, but that's kind of what's going on. The comic book industry is kind of flat right now, at least in America. I guess we could start talking about Japanese and European stuff. I guess, don't you think, Thunder?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe we should do
At
that.
least that would be, quality.
Well, they have news too, but we basically don't. Everything's just going into the video realm over here. But whatever.
Hmm.
Certainly welcome to everybody, and we're going to try to have ourselves some fun today. And Do us a favor, and please go over and hit that share button, which I'm going to do right now. That's what really helps us out the most. As usual, we're going to come over and say hello to Thunder and ask him, "How was your day, sir?"
My day was actually okay. The only thing I really did today, just hung out, did a little laundry, like, being an adult kind of shit.
Oh yeah.
And I watched part of Wrestle Kingdom, New Japan Pro Wrestling's big
Hmm.
event that they do in the Tokyo Dome every year. And it's a 2-day event. This was the first day. It was a very good ending. Not going to spoil it in case nobody's watched it yet, because of course it would be on at like 6 in the morning, I think, for East Coasters. So some people may not have seen it yet, but it was really good. It was great pro wrestling.
Oh, that's always fun. I saw in the news. I didn't really read it or anything like that, but I did see that Hulk Hogan's having some trouble. Shockingly.
He is. What's he doing? What's the old Hulkster up to?
I don't know. I didn't read it. I just noticed there was a couple articles talking about him. So maybe somebody in the chat knows. I don't know.
That's
But
fun. Let's see.
Hulk gets himself in trouble from that time to time.
He does.
He just can't help it. You know, he's the Hulkster. As he checks that out, hopefully you guys had a good day. Perfect timing. Gary just ended his stream. Oh, nice. How is Gary? I haven't spoken to Gary in the longest time, man.
Has
Um,
been a while. Yeah.
yeah.
Miss old
Uh,
Gary.
so do I. I mean, he's busy over there. I just don't have time. I mean, the time you guys see me here, that's it. That's what I got. The rest of my time is out, running around doing work and stuff. So I just can't go over and visit people. I miss them. It's the way it is. But any of you guys that do go over to Gary, say hi for me. Love Gary. He's a absolutely stunningly amazing artist, and he's one of the sweetest human beings on the planet too. Really happy about his Titan mouse there. That thing looked great, man. Oh well, it is what it is. I don't like to see the woman, please. What? Did I misspell something again? Damn it. Let me see. No, I
No,
didn't. I
no.
didn't. I'm good. I'm good. The chat just likes picking on me.
Oh, oh, the world.
So what did you find out about Hulk there? You were doing some searches?
All I see is that he isn't sure why some wrestlers give him a cold shoulder. I don't see anything other than that.
I could answer that question pretty easily there, Hulk.
He's going to be on. He probably is right now, actually, on Monday Night Raw tonight.
Oh.
But yeah, him and a bunch of other legends for a Legends Night, because when the ratings tank, the best solution is just to find really old people that are popular, throw them in front of the camera, and then that'll fix it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you can't blame the wrestlers for not being geniuses. Not expected. But the one thing I have noticed about wrestling, because I don't watch it as much as I used to, because my son left. He's off at university. But There's a lot more female wrestlers now. They're
Yeah.
really pushing it.
Hey, and it's listen, ladies. I know you're trying, and I give you all the props in the world. You get out there, you get in that ring, you take the bumps, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
But they're just not as good. Some are. Very few are actually really, really, really good wrestlers. But most of them, they're just not as capable as an average male wrestler. And it's not fun to watch. I'm not going to lie to people and be like, oh, I love watching. This is great. This is so good. Look at these women. They're so good. Unless they really are, I'm not going to say that about them. I'm just going to tell you the truth.
Well,
Be honest with you.
they were either there for. I mean, traditionally, they were either there for comedic effect, which is fine, or they're there for TNA. and that's,
Yes.
I guess some
Also
people don't
fine.
like that, but which is also fine. But I just it's kind of like professional boxing or professional boxing or professional MMA females. I'm sure they're
Yeah.
fine and stuff, but I have no interest at all in watching that. None at
Yeah,
all.
it I don't know, it just doesn't do it for me. Occasionally you'll hear of one that's really awesome, a really good fight or a really good match, and I'll go check it out. It's usually okay. But I don't know. It's not something I want to watch all the time. It's not something I even have a huge interest in. It's kind of like pro football anymore. If something really cool happens, I'll check it out. Other than that, I don't care.
Well, the lingerie
Um,
league is fine. I'll watch that.
yes.
But but no, but see the thing is they're just slow. I mean, oh well, right?
Yes.
That's the way you can't do anything. It's biology. But the other
Yes.
thing is, I don't know if all men feel this way. I probably think they do, but for me, from just a visceral, the primal nature of the male, I
Hmm.
don't want to see women in a violent situation at all.
Yeah.
I mean, my
I think
inclination is to jump up and protect, right?
I think there's a lot of that. Uh, Probably from me too. It just doesn't do anything for me, right?
Yeah,
And like I said, most of them just aren't very good.
yeah,
It's just the truth. They're slower. Their timing's not as good. Their pacing's not as good, which is weird because women have the capability to have all that pacing and the timing and all of that. I
sure.
mean, look at gymnastics. Look at like competitive dancing or whatever. They're all spectacular at it, and that's pretty much what wrestling is. It's a very elaborate, violent form of dancing. Um,
They might just
but
be new
they
at it.
well, it's not. It's just I think a lot of them get into it for the wrong reasons, and they're not really great athletes to begin with. And a lot of the guys are that way too, and they still can end up being pretty good wrestlers. But it's just a shame because they really are pushing it all over the world, and even in Japan, they have a bunch of promotions. Japanese women wrestling is totally different than Western though. Those ladies are brutal.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. No, it doesn't matter to me whether they're good or not. I mean, they could be the most amazing thing ever. That's kind of beyond the point for me, really.
yeah,
And it's nothing to do with them. I mean, good on you. Whatever can make you money and you can do for a career, awesome. I'm not against it at all. I'm just not interested. I
yeah,
remember there was a whole bunch of noise a few years ago about this girl named Ronda Rousey, and
mhm,
she seemed like a really nice lady. She's very honest and she's honorable lady. She, when they were doing that whole feminist thing with her, she told him to shut up. You're being
mhm.
stupid. I mean, I cool, rock on, awesome, right? And but I felt like, oh, fine, I go check her out. So I watched the fight, dude. It was ridiculous. I mean, absolute ridiculous. She just go in there and flail like a freaking, sixth grader.
Yeah,
She had no skill whatsoever. You got anybody who has any skill is going to lay her out in half a second, right? And the match I watched, she did get laid out in less than a minute by some
mhm,
blonde girl who actually had some technique. So,
yeah,
I didn't understand what all the thing with Ronda Rousey was, because I only saw the one fight, and she's not a good fighter. I mean, she's like I said, she seems like a really sweet lady. Awesome. I have no problem with her making money. I don't get it. Let's see. Ray Thule says last week Chester claims men get turned off by girls on girl action. Now he disses women wrestling. I don't think Chester has normal urges. Uh, Ray Thule. No. I don't know about you. I won't speak for you, but why would I be interested in girl? Or and I'm assuming he's talking about some men of lesbian pornography, is what he's
yeah.
talking about. Yeah. Why would I be interested in that? I'm not a lesbian, Raythul. I don't know if you noticed.
I'll be honest, I've never really quite got the obsession with it either. And there is a lot of men who love it. They just can't, it's just huge to them. And
Why?
I don't, what are you getting out of that? Like, I mean, if the girls are really hot, sure, I guess, but it's not like, I'm not going to go out of my way for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'm not the right person to talk about that. We need Booster up in here. He's the pornography expert. I'm just
Yes.
not a fan of it personally, and I'm not against it. I'm not a Puritan. I'm really not, guys. It's not my thing. And the reason I think I probably already said this, but I think the reason is I never liked getting teased, dude.
Mm,
I don't want some fake thing. I want the woman in my hands, baby. I mean, I just
mm,
never cared for it. And I never had to care for it. I mean, I've always had girlfriends since I was young. I never really had that difficulty. I know a lot of dudes do, and I never understood that either. Just go up and talk to the girl for fuck's sake, dude. Uh,
I will say this: I do agree with the chat. Asuka is awesome. She is a fantastic female wrestler,
yeah.
um, and she's a cute, very attractive Japanese woman. Chester, you'd probably like her.
No, I'm sure they're very skilled. I'm not. That's not my point. It's just it's a personal thing. I just don't. I've never been interested in. I saw a girl, boxer way back. It was a long time ago, and she wasn't a bad boxer at all. I mean, she trained and worked real hard for it. I just it isn't interesting to me. I am I think it's just the protector thing that's in our DNA, really. I'm
Mm.
guessing. I don't really know. I'm just talking shit, I suppose. But Ronda couldn't sell her moves in WWE. It was way too obvious she was holding back. Well, yeah, but Ronda. I mean, I'm glad she had success. She got herself in movies, and I hope she has nothing but success. Like I said, I like her. I really think she's a nice lady, but she's not a good fighter, dude. She is not. I saw her fight, and she has no skill at all. I swear to God, a junior high school boy that was going like to boxing or karate would drop her, dude. She has no
Yeah,
skill, zero. Now I know
somebody.
there's women who do have skill, but not her.
Oh, definitely. Some of these. There's this weird. It's even happening in MMA, which is strange. That I remember Joe Rogan, who knows better, would say things like, "Oh, she can beat some of the men." Like, no, shit, stop.
Yeah, they
Even
say
I
weird shit
think
like
she
that.
pushed back on that. She was like, ah, "Calm
Well,
down, Joe."
well,
Maybe a straight judo contest where it's just judo and there's no striking, maybe. But one of those men catches her in the jaw and it shatters. That's it. The
yeah,
fight's
it's
over.
not good, dude. Well, people were like talking about her fighting like Merriweather or something like that, and she looked at him like they were freaking out their mind. And of course, she's like, dude, he would tear the hell out of you with it.
You mean?
What the
I
hell?
think you mean Mayweather, but yes, but he would. He that would be. That would not be fun to watch.
No, it wouldn't. It'd be ridiculous. She knew that. But anyway, let's just get off this subject. It just blame it. It's just me. You guys can have all the fun you want. I'm just not personally interested in any of the conversation we just had. Bad chat. Bad. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look what we got for today. You ready?
I am indeed.
All righty. All right. We're going to start out with a non-comic book news, but I don't care because damn it. My God, dude. All right, now this ties ironically, I guess, or comically. I think we'll go with that. This ties in with yesterday, our conversation. And one thing I will be doing next week on our when we talk about Constantine in our Night Owls TFT segment, I will be giving some examples because I kind of just gave you a couple little ones of how. Titus's his campaign against the Israelites was mirrored when they created the stories of Jesus. Mark, Matthew, Luke, and John. Those books, particularly the other ones, were written later. But I didn't really give a whole bunch of them. And John Diller suggested that maybe I should do that because I said you guys go do it yourself. But
Mm.
I'll add some next week. But it ties into that conversation because this moron, his name is Representative Emmanuel Cleaver from the fifth district of Missouri, Detroit, I guess. No, that's not Missouri. Is
No,
it Missouri? Something in Missouri, Kansas City.
Kansas
Okay,
City. Yeah.
Lexington, Independence. All right, whatever. This guy, you guys probably already seen it. He gave himself a little bit of a prayer, which is interesting that they still do that, but that's cool. I have no problem with religion whatsoever. People should enjoy themselves, and there's a lot of benefits from it too. But anyway,
Yes.
he comes up and he finishes it by saying "Amen" and "A women." A lot of people have commented on the idiocy of this, but most of them are talking about the grammatic aspect of it. But and that's all well and good. But the stupidity of this is so much deeper. You know,
Yes.
going into what we were talking about yesterday with the Flavians and what they had done, they didn't take the creation of this religion that they made. They didn't take it whole cloth. They took it from everything that happened before, so it just kind of smoothly slid in as if it was greased. And of course, Amen is coming from Egypt, ladies and gentlemen. It's Egyptian. I heard what was some of the
Correct.
people saying? Was that they Latin or Greek? Morons.
Yes.
Amen is talking about the god Amen Ra or Amen Ra, and they at the
Yes.
end of their prayers or whatever they would say Amen Ra. They would call his name, right? And it just got kind of got stuck in. And then after the Vespasian's things that and Titus and they did, later writers and stuff just kind of building it up, and then by the time of Constantine, of course, they created the Catholic Church, and they just kept it all. So that's why you have an ancient Egyptian thing that's still in use today. So every time you're sitting in your church saying amen after a prayer, you're basically praising and calling out the Egyptian god's name. Isn't that wonderful? Yeah. But I mean, what a
Amen.
moron. Hey, Slick.
Yes.
Okay.
It is. It's utterly moronic. There's not even a word, I don't think, in the English language to explain how stupid this is. It's so beyond, like, it's beyond the pale stupid. It's a complete. Even if we didn't know that it was derived from the god Amen, uh, regardless, we do know that the people using it, at least most of the Christians, probably don't even know that. So they're just using it because their church uses it,
Yeah.
and they believe it to be a Latin phrase. It's actually much older than that,
Way old.
and yeah, and it's just almost a traditional thing. Like, it's not scriptural. There's no biblical requirement to say it at the end of a prayer. So it's just a traditional thing that Christians have done to say basically they're ending a prayer, or they're agree with what's being said by the preacher or whoever.
Yeah.
And it's even become a cultural thing to just say amen, just like when you like Slick just did, right? When you agree with somebody, you just say amen, or if you're
Yeah.
making a joke, you can use it as an end to it. It has absolutely nothing to do with gender. Nothing.
Not
It's
at all.
so
Yeah.
irrelevant to gender
Yeah.
that it's just stupid to mix it with it.
Well, it was actually it's actually a title, right? It means
Yes.
Lord, or you could even use it as God, I guess. But for instance, Horus, sometimes they would say Amen Horus, or what have
Yes.
you. And in the Mesopotamian region, they use the word El in its place.
Hmm.
And we still use El today to you mean God, right? So
Yeah.
or High Lord. So even with like angel names like Gabriel, Mikael,
Hmm.
whatever L. It's the High Lord or the Archangel, right? Is what it's meaning. So I mean, there's your history lesson for today, I guess. But it's just Jesus, dude.
It's so stupid. It's so unfathomably dumb in the worst, probably the worst virtue signal I've seen in American history, to be honest, because it's right from the very seat of power
Yeah,
that this idiot decided to virtue signal and completely. I don't even know what the right word is. It's so bad. It's so utterly stupid. There's
yeah,
nothing at all about it that equates to a man other than the fact that it happens to be the same three letters that equal men.
yeah.
That's it.
It's not, and the interesting thing, it's not even linguistically connected, actually.
Correct. Yeah.
Because the word man or men is coming from the Indo-European root, and it's coming out of the Scandinavians, right? Because they would use mun, they would say, or the
Yeah.
Germans as well. So it's coming out of a completely different root language. It has no connection at all. It's just we have the five main root languages that all languages kind of grew out of, right? And they do
Hmm.
share sounds, but they don't necessarily share meaning, right?
Hmm. And it's even dumber for somebody who have just completed a prayer to do it, because Christianity believes that at one point there was only one language, right? And then the Tower of Babel happened and split up, broke the world up into different languages, because they were blaspheming God, basically. Um, So for them to take a word and bastardize it so much, and then put it as an end piece to a prayer is almost no, it's not almost. It's straight blasphemy. It's heretical to do that because he knows what he's doing. He knows that's obvious. There's no way he doesn't know that didn't make any sense, and he was just doing it for virtue points. So basically, you just took this prayer that's supposed to be about to whatever God you believe in, whatever God. I'm assuming he was praying to the Christian God, and you just completely ruined it by doing that. That'd be like having a prayer and then ending it with just straight saying GD at the end. It's like, hey man, God damn it! Like, what are you
Yeah,
doing? You just threw it. What is that? That
yeah,
every Christian in the world should be furious with this guy. Every Muslim in the world should be furious. Every Jew should be furious because they just blasphemed a very sacred thing that a lot of these religions take very, very seriously. Is how they end their prayers. It just blows my mind that these people just get away with this kind of stuff without being
yeah.
physically assaulted. To be honest.
I'm ready for another flood.
I'm glad you are. So am I, Booster. But
Mm,
actually, from the Arabic root, they
we
would
have it
instead of
coming.
Amen, they would say Allah, right?
Yes.
Now that
I
does
thought they
have
would
root
just beat
connections,
women,
though.
but alright.
That's fine. We'll do that instead. We're gonna
Yeah.
Booster's basically saying, move the hell on. All right, we will.
Hmm?
But
I
it's
don't.
so dumb,
I
dude.
said no. I said nothing. I can talk about this for hours. This topic's hilarious.
All
Are you
right.
kidding me? I have so much material. Let me get out my notes for this one.
It's so bad. All right. Well, today we're going to do a segment here. We're going to do a couple little things today, but we're going to do a segment. And I decided I decided, guys, today we're going to talk about the High Republic. And we got some connecting stories here to take a look at. So let's get started, shall we? Go ahead, Booster.
Oh, I get to read things now. Spectacular. Alrighty. Star Wars official reveals new timeline and multiple new characters as part of High Republic launch. No retcon in sight. What are these two characters? Why is it this cutesy art style again?
Well,
What is happening?
and this actually is a higher level of the art. The art's actually a little bit more pulled back. But we're going to get into it because they are this so far as we're talking right now. Even though they're throwing a lot of this art out, they're talking about books, novels, and comic books right now. Now we know because Kathleen Kennedy's all a Twitter about it. She's all up. She's all happy. We know these are going to be turned into at least animations, if not also TV, Disney Plus stuff, and even maybe a movie. It's her big thing. And I don't know why she hasn't been fired yet. I don't get it. Just let her go and move on. But nope. And so here we go. So let's take a look at it here. Now, there she is. She did her little. She released it. She came out and spoke first herself. She's so excited. She's thrilled. She even says.
Oh,
And they
thrilled even.
thrilled
Goodness
even. So
me.
you can go watch the launch event right here if you want. I'm not going to play it because they'll hammer us, right? So we can't, which is stupid, but free advertisement and all. But whatever. You can go check that if you want. But let's take a look at the timeline here. Now, this is how they're kind of Disney. This is Disney's timeline, right? So they have it kind of broken into segments. Got Fall of the Jedi, which this covers the prequels all the way through Return of the Jedi, right? That whole timeline is in there, right? The Reign of the Empire. This is the Solo movie and the new Bad Batch thing that's coming. That's the whole, which we don't have much on that. Age of Rebellion, of course, is Rogue One, New Hope. Oh, I'm sorry, this is so that's in between. Okay, Rogue One, and we have the New Republic, of course, where we have the Mandalorian, and you have the Rise of the First Order, which we have their super woke movies, and they've put the High Republic before that. So they basically seem to be setting it somewhere between the Old Republic and the High Republic. Excuse me, and the Fall of the Jedi. They're fitting it in between those sections, and they are planning a lot. They at least what Kathleen Kennedy and her team are really digging into it. So a bunch of books, a bunch of comics, a whole bunch of stuff. So this article goes into stuff. It doesn't matter. Let's take a look at some of the characters. Now, this is the art that they showed. This is this is pretty good, don't you think, Booster?
It's okay.
It
Yeah.
sucks, Booster. It sucks really bad.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, you and I, all of us over here, we know good art. We see it all the time, right? This is coming out of Disney. It's really ridiculous. Look at his forearm. What happened to his biceps? Something bad happened to him. I know.
He's Popeye. He's Popeye the spaceman.
Yeah. Now he's
Oh,
kind of new because they haven't been
twisted
showing
around.
him off.
Oh,
He's a new
no.
character, so.
I just noticed his left arm there, well his right arm I guess, is like popping around over there. That perspective is all wrong.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
horrible. It's horrible.
That's doing something to my eyes. I don't like it.
No.
How does his arm do that? No.
No. But this is official. This is official. And then of course we have this other character here, whatever that is. Gray dreadlocks. Okay, sweet. And that's the thing. They keep.
Oh no, go down. We got to see
I'm
that
getting to
again.
it. I'm going to half a second,
Oh.
please. Now,
I'm just.
one of the things we've seen in the comics is every now and then they'll in essence break character, and they'll use modern conveniences, right, as far as language and costuming and stuff like that, and that's a mistake. You never ever want to do that, right?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Here you go.
I don't hate that.
Now this right here is going to be one of your main characters when it eventually comes in.
No, of course it is. Of course it is. Look at that ridiculous thing. Good lord.
It's the Rose.
What is it?
Tico effect.
Why can't they just make normal non-white people? Why do they always have to make some abomination? What is that? What is that supposed to be? Is that a black dude? Black woman? What is it?
It's nondescript.
I'm Lucretia.
Nondescript brown person. That's what this is. I hate it. I hate it. Thank you. I hate it.
I don't think it's gonna get better for you, brother. All right, we got another one here. Oh, look at these cutie little things, gremlins.
I was gonna say, I think Spielberg wants us to.
Yeah, this is
those are exactly like gremlins, except they're not scaly.
hairy gremlins. Yeah.
They're just gremlins.
Yeah. Well, this is the genius we have at work over there at Lucasfilm. So, this is going to be a problem. You can't use those. It's way too similar. And people got to point it out left and right, guys. Left and right. It's I understand having little cutie things in your animated stuff. There's nothing wrong with that, but this is not the right design. But anyway, these are the new reveals that came out with the launch video, right? These are all new characters. So, yeah.
He looks like such a douche.
He does. But they have other things too. This right here is Star Wars confirms a new young Jedi team for High Republic era. Right?
That's what we need.
That's what we need. So here's your kind of lead team, and they have their own book coming, right? So we do have some dude in the back. We got a green lady, which is nice, and we have the boss straight out of
I'm
the
guessing
70s
she's
disco area. Where's her pimp?
What are the green ones? Mira Lucas, I think, is what they're called. Yes, she's one of those. We don't need teenage angst Star Wars. We just don't need that.
Oh, come on.
Mm-hmm. We got plenty of that from Anakin.
Yeah, and it was horrible. That was the worst part of that trilogy. Nobody liked it.
Slick, you got something to say?
Oh, I think we should have as much teenage angst as possible until all of us blow our brains.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but they're looking at some of the books here. This is some of the books, which of course they're going to have comic book adaptations of these books as well.
What age is this black chick? She looks so young in this image now.
Well, she does. But clearly this is young reader stuff. Is where they're going to be shooting at. They're not going for the older reader. They're going for young readers, and that's all well and good. That's fine. So you have this book, A Test of Courage. Okay. You got.
See, that's the problem, though, right? They say they're going for young readers, but they're not. They're going for these weird, like 20, 30-year-olds who don't know how to grow up, and they read this stuff unironically loving it, and like bronies and whatnot, and just make their whole personality about these things that are supposedly made for young kids, or kids. And that's not what kids want. Kids don't want to read about kids. Yeah, kids don't want to read about kids. They want to read about adults doing cool stuff.
Well,
Look at Steven Universe's audience, honestly.
Yeah, no, that is what they're going after. They've been going after it for years. The problem is it doesn't exist. Not in the numbers they
Right.
need, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say it exists. It's just they're a very small audience and they're insufferable.
Yeah, no, it's definitely going to be in
And they're
Disney
very,
Plus, cult video. You're right.
very loud.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But of course, keep in mind that we are going to get comic book adaptations of these books, but these are novels, and I don't know how things are now. Maybe someone who has kids in America can tell me this. But when I was a kid, I read a lot since I was young, but I was weird. I was a
You are
weird kid.
weird.
It wasn't until high school that the other kids were forced to read books, right? I was a very weird kid. I read all. I had a book, my own bookshelf. But
Yeah,
do kids read novels today?
not in my experience with them. And occasionally you'll have one that comes out, right? That's gets kids to read, like Harry Potter or whatever. But largely, that's rare. That's a super, like almost an anomaly culturally, and I don't think this is going to drive them to it. I don't see that happening.
Chiron says you're still weird, Chester. Thank you.
Well, like Chester, I was a reader,
Yeah,
and
but it was
it took me
rare.
a while once. Yeah, again, like there was a circle of my friends that read, right? And we'd talk about the books that we read, but most people didn't get into like, the Barsoom novels and Conan. I mean, I was an anomaly.
Yeah.
I'm well, not an
Well,
anomaly, but like I was a rarefied few that like really, especially boys that read.
yeah,
Most
that's what I
it's
mean.
chicks that
We're
read.
talking about young readers here, so 8 to 12, right in that range. High school kids do start, and what Unearthed just said is I can attest myself. When the Harry Potter stuff came out, I got the books and read it to my children. I read it,
Yeah.
right? But when my daughter particularly fell in love with it, and when she was older, she bought her own versions of all the books and read it when as a late high schooler. She did.
Hmm.
But that's beyond the young reader, right? It's just it kind of ties in what you said, Thunder, that it's supposed to be for young readers, but they're really aiming for something else. And I think you're right. They're aiming for that 20s, early 30s people that just refuse to grow up. The people who have coloring books. I got yelled at, by the way. Someone in the chat came in and yelled at me on the comment section about dissing adult comic books. And all I have to say to you is
Oh,
whatever makes you happy, brother.
yeah,
You mean adult coloring books?
Yes, that
yeah.
one. Did I say something wrong?
Oh, you said adult comic
Oh
books, but
no, no, those we don't need those either.
I'll diss
Uh,
those. Yeah, we don't need those either. Thank you.
Coloring books. Yeah, sorry,
I
sorry.
would say adult
I'm just
coloring
kidding.
books. That person needs to grow the fuck up.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to say
I'll
that. I'm
I'll,
going to
I'll
be
take that bullet.
nice. I'm going to
Well,
say,
I will be as diplomatic with it as possible. I don't see a very big difference between it and people who just doodle or people who do like Zen gardens. But again, I do think that it's not a very good use of your time. If you want to do meditation or something, find an actual hobby where you're doing something
uh-huh.
that matters, and that will be your when you can meditate.
Well,
That's the way you should do it as an adult.
he was talking about the therapeutic aspects of it. He was. And he was
Yes.
also saying a lot of time it's like pencils and pens. It's not crayons, which he said what you probably have in mind, and he's right. That's what I had in my mind was crayons, right? So,
Yes.
but for me, I mean, I was just joking on it because it's funny. But whatever makes you happy, man. I'm happy. I'm good with it. But the second one here is called Out of the Shadows. All right. Then we have this one. This black girl needs to make a decision. She needs to choose. She needs to
At
choose.
least the cover art on
Yeah,
that article. Not that one. This cover art. That's good art. That's really
that's
cool.
better. Yeah.
That's not bad either, right
Yeah,
there.
that's
This is
spectacular.
Into the
Yeah.
Dark though. So let's take a look here. We got a test of
Not this.
courage. Out of the shadows, into the dark.
Oh,
Let
very
me.
Star Wars. Immediately makes me think of Star Wars.
And
Yes.
it does, doesn't it? Because of the lightsaber. Claudia Gray, New York Times best-selling author. Okay, all right then.
Well, at least the
Another one.
lightsaber on
Another one.
that other cover on
Best-selling
the
author.
bottom down there
Amazing.
looks like it could be held by a human being comfortably. Those ones up above are ridiculously thick. They look like some sort of sex toy.
Oh,
Look at
this
that.
one. Oh
Look
my
how
God.
big. Look how
My God.
big those are. What the hell is going on?
Not all women like large, thick things, Thundero.
I wouldn't know about that problem.
Hey, because he has a
Hey,
big penis.
hey. But all right,
I'm
so
glad
here's
Booster's here to blow up my spot. I love
that's
it.
right, that's right. But that's his job. But here we go. So we got 3 books, and these are going to have comic book adaptations, and they're all from New York Times best-selling authors that I've never heard of. Sweet.
Yeah,
So
every time. Yeah.
it's awesome.
What
Claudia
does New
Gray.
York Times bestseller even mean? What
I
is that?
don't
Is that?
know. Because, well, I can actually, I do know. I can tell you.
Oh,
When a
tell me.
company is going to publish your book, what they
Yes.
do is they will decide on the number of copies that they make. Now, I've done a few things where I've been part of books. I haven't done my own book, but I've been part of things, and those things got smaller runs because they were for university use and things like that. So I've never had anything that got accredited. In this way, but if they decide that they're going to sell it in a say Borders or some kind of bookstore, they'll make a certain number of copies, and when it gets to the correct number of copies, then it becomes a bestseller, whether anyone buys it or not. That's how it works. So,
Yeah, it's a big scam. It's kind of like modern art paintings. They're basically just a giant money laundering scheme. Just so everybody's clear, it's a big scam.
it is a scam in a way. Now, some of those books do go on. Really, when you want to understand if a book really was popular, because they get this tag all the time. I mean, just simply if it's in a store, it's a bestseller because of the number of prints they do these days. They haven't adjusted for inflation, as it were, right? The inflation of people buying books. I mean, but the best way to tell if a book's really good is to see what printing it's on. If you're looking at a book that's on third, fourth, fifth, sixth printing or something like that, that book is sold a lot, and it's a real bestseller. So
Booster, my friend,
Uh,
you got echo like crazy with Chester. I don't know why.
you have echo like crazy. Let me fix that.
well, I'm not hearing on this side, which means they're not hearing it, so that's good.
I don't hear it
That's
either.
good.
Yeah, that's good. But anyway, so here we go. So
Also,
this is
Fantara's just messing with me.
maybe.
No,
Again.
But
He's just a
incorrect.
barrel. He's being a putz. It's all right.
Incorrect.
and they give a little descriptions here, which I don't care. We're just kind of looking at the concept of it. But these are the 3 books they're coming out with right from the start, and they're connected, so it's almost as if they have this team of adventurers, kind of like a D&D team, that's going on, and they seem to be growing up as they're doing it. So this is a
So wait, I thought the
continuation.
High Republic was going to be very much. I remember this. In fact, they said it wasn't going to be about war. Yet every one of these covers, except for the one, is very much looks like they're getting. Well, even that one looks like they're getting ready to fight.
Yeah, they all are. Yeah.
So was that just a lie, or is the covers a lie? What?
It's
Somebody's lying.
cool.
They're fighting for justice. It's not war.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. It's
Well,
different.
anyway,
It's a different kind of war.
it is a different
It's
kind of war. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Well, here's the
It's
thing. So now I'm intrigued. We have 3 amazing books coming. So let's go look and see if
Amazing.
we can look into it deeper and find out, what's really coming to our lives. Boom! They got a web page. They got a web page. Yeah. And we're going to take a look at it here. Star Wars: The High Republic, in the all-new era of the glorious High Republic. Well, it's old, technically. The High Republic, the noble and wise Jedi Knights must face a frightening threat to themselves, the galaxy, and to Force itself. Okay, well, something's going on. And here we're seeing some of the old images we saw, which they have adjusted some of these. The art's a little better with this. These are the one we just looked at, the newer ones, and but they were also talking about these things earlier, right? I think that must be her again. She just got a different haircut. And these are, what are they? The Light of the Jedi, Star Wars, High Republic, New, yeah, that one. So here we go. We got the Light of the Republic is Light of the Jedi is this thing. So maybe it's another book. And those are the images we saw like a while back. So and that Twi'lek's got a problem. He's missing one of his tendrils. Someone screwed up. Alrighty. Okay, over here we get some images of the people they're doing. All right, all right. Oh, look at all this. So we have, oh yes, some Charles Soule. Wow, there's a very famous Soule. I wonder if you're
oh,
making money off of that.
Charles. So what is he doing? One of these? Oh
It's
no.
not. This is a different guy. Yeah, it's different.
Is a different Charles Soule? It's not Charles Soule E with an E.
No,
No, that's Charles Soule. That's the guy who writes some Daredevil.
Is it? Oh, rock on. Good for him.
Oh,
So let me see here. We got a free digital sampler. We could get that. We could get that. They got this Light of the Jedi available now. Let's take a look at it. I'm clicking on it. I clicked on it. All right. So it's I can buy the books. I can buy it.
right, meow.
Right
Yeah.
meow. Yes.
Yes.
And let's see. Let's read this here. Let's boost. He's good at that. Go ahead and read the synopsis here.
All right, let's read, shall we? Long before the first. Oh, you want me to start there? Okay. All right. Let's start.
No,
I'm
you
gonna
can
start
read. Go ahead.
there.
Okay.
All right. Long before the First Order, before the Empire, before even the Phantom Menace, Jedi lit the way for the galaxy in the High Republic.
Ooh.
It is a golden age! Intrepid hyperspace scouts expand the reach of the Republic to the farthest stars. Worlds flourish! Okay, this is taking a while.
Yeah, it's taking a while.
World flourish under the benevolent leadership of the Senate, and peace reigns, enforced by the wisdom and strength of the renowned order of Force users known as the Jedi. With the Jedi at the height of their power, the free citizens of the galaxy are confident in their ability to weather the storm. But, I like the head, but with a capital B there. Nice synopsis, guys. No comma, nothing, it's just, but! The even brightest light can cast a shadow, and some storms defy any preparation.
Ooh.
When the shocking catastrophe even, in hyperspace tears a ship to pieces, the flurry of shrapnel emerging from the disaster threatens an entire system. No sooner does the call for help go out than the Jedi race to the scene. The scope of the emergence, however, is enough to push even Jedi to their limit. As the sky breaks open and destruction rains down upon the peaceful alliance they helped to build, the Jedi must trust in the Force to see them through a day in which a single mistake could cost billions of lives. Billions! Even as the Jedi battle valiantly against calamity, something truly deadly grows beyond the boundary of the Republic. The hyperspace disaster is far more sinister than the Jedi could ever suspect. A threat hides in the darkness, far from the light of the age, and harbors a secret that could strike fear even into a Jedi's hearts.
So basically, this story is about it's a disaster story. It's a tsunami of shrapnel from hyperspace. Right.
Shrapnel tsunami.
Shrapnel tsunami.
That actually sounds rad. I'm writing that down.
Well, I don't know. This Charles Soule, he does Daredevil stuff. It could be good. It could be good, right?
That's like literally all I read from him, and it was okay. It was
Is this going to be another case of really, 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 really bad, stupid, wrong direction marketing where they marketed it as, I mean, let's be honest, they were marketing this as some sort of woke bullshit. They weren't calling it that, but that's what they were doing. And is this just going to be another case where that's just not even really true at all? And they just market it that way because they think they can get the man babies to come buy it if it has their, their little, it tickles their little nuts and gets them all excited.
Maybe.
Oh, I thought we were the man babies. Oh.
They don't know anymore.
There's a comic book here. Some comic book stuff from Marvel and IDW as well. Interesting. Yeah. Well, the thing is, we know the premise and the people that created it are not good. They're the problem. Their intentions are clear, and they're not afraid to tell them. I mean, Hidalgo himself is part of all this nonsense. He came out and he was knocking on fans again, right? And they made him apologize again, but he didn't lose his job, right? He's still there. So that's the problem. It doesn't mean that the concept couldn't be good. I mean, it could be a good idea, right? I still don't understand why they just don't delve into the old Republic like everybody wants them to. But you know what?
I don't want them to. No, thank you. Please stay as far fuck away from it as you can.
Well,
I don't want transgender Revan. Thank you. No, get out of here.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem. We know they're gonna insert that kind of stuff into the story, and without it having any need to be there, we know that's going to happen. And that's where it really has the what people concerned about the High Republic. But that's a good point though, Thundera, because seeing it is its own unique thing, we can just ignore it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It's as if it doesn't even exist. Funny how that. Kind of like that weird set of movies that came out that they keep saying was a sequel trilogy.
Mhm.
I don't know what they're talking about because I never heard of such
Never
nonsense.
heard of it. Yeah.
Last I heard of Luke Skywalker, he was at a funeral for his father,
He
and it was lovely.
It was lovely. Yeah. And then we saw him again though. He came back and he took a baby Yoda.
Spoilers!
It's true. Spoilers for that movie from the 80s.
No, it was spoiling Mandalorian.
Mandalorian, yeah. John, what do you say here? Why should I buy the High Republic? It looks like it's Star Wars, some lady from some super white Norse galaxy. Yeah, that's true. I don't know, Slick. I'm going to move on to the next subject, but I just thought we should take an actual look at it. Take a minute and look at what they're doing. I don't have a problem with the concept, but I know they're going to screw it up. I know because they can't help themselves.
Did you address me?
Yes, I did, sir.
None of this really entices me at all. And I mean, I'm sure that there is a nice little sliver of a demographic that's gonna dig it, but I mean, we'll see.
One of the things that might be taking me out a little bit is how bright and light everything is. I mean, Star Wars, and this is another thing we've noticed with them with these whatever that crap that just happened with J.J. Abrams. Um, it one of the things that was really cool about what all those people did when they made the original Star Wars, and it was part of Lucas too, because keep in mind George, he has his flaws like all of us, but he also has some really good bonuses, right? And one of those is he demanded that it looked like a lived-in universe, that it be dirty and there's oil on stuff, and he wanted it to look lived in. And I'm telling you, even though it's a background thing, it added a lot to your immersion in your experience. It really did. It was one of the very smart things that George Lucas did, because we see a lot of movies that'll come out and they just don't hit you, and I think part of it's because everything's just so shiny and clean, right? This is shiny and clean. They're missing the point, I think.
Yep. And actually, George Lucas kind of fell into that trap too in the prequels. When I remember, like the Naboo cruiser or whatever it was that Amidala had, and how pretty and clean it was, and everybody's like, "That doesn't seem right. That's not Star Warsy at all." It was way too. It looked more like modern.
I had no problem with that because she was a queen, a princess.
Yeah, I get that, but there was a lot of that surrounding her, especially. There was a lot of it was very pristine, and he got away from that a little bit more as it went on, thankfully. But the original trilogy, especially, it had a certain quality, like you called it, lived in. It just felt, even though it was obviously fantastical in sci-fi, it felt like people actually lived there.
Yeah.
You go into the bar in Tatooine, that scene where they walk into the bar, and it felt like a real bar. That's what bars are like when you walk into them, especially seedy ones, right? They kind of feel a little sketchy.
That one dude, an alien guy, Satan.
Yeah. He's always in the bar. That's why you shouldn't go there. Yeah.
That's true.
He just stood there like, "Hey, how you doing? I'm Satan. What's up?"
Yeah.
I'm the guy everyone's talking about.
Yeah. Well, who was it? Was it Eddie Murphy or Chevy Chase that did that joke on skit on Saturday Night Live with talking to Satan in the Tatooine bar there? Yeah, remember? I think it was Eddie Murphy. Yeah, Richard Pryor. Somebody did it. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
That's pretty
one
funny.
of those blacks.
But that's what they completely. That's why these new movies, they just feel so wrong. They feel so off because it doesn't feel gritty enough, right? Like a lot of Star Wars, especially if you're looking at the rebellion side of it in the first trilogy, it's dirty, it's gritty. The people have clearly been working on these ships, and it looks like they've been working on these ships. And in these new movies, aside from a few parts at the very beginning, everything was just kind of there. Nothing felt real. Nothing felt like what it would be like if people actually lived in it. And that's a shame because good world building, you should be able to hit those attentions to detail.
Yeah.
And they just simply didn't.
No, they didn't. And people, Roger here is complaining about the art again. Yeah, the art's not great, dude. There's some things are good about it. There's some that's not. I mean, it's shocking to me that there isn't better art, especially being Disney has such access to it. But whatever.
Mm.
No, they don't. They have access to Marvel.
Dude, Disney animation.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
Yeah,
have access to good art, but this is crap.
They haven't had good Disney animation and bloody it. Well, not 2D animation anyway.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, but the just to acknowledge the Naboo thing. Technically, you're right. But the reason why George, well, what he explained, the reason he had the Naboovians ships look like that was because they're actually one of the oldest and first hyperspace using humans in the galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
They're like their technology is above everybody else, is what he was trying to express in that. But I mean, but I get your point. Star Wars
Yeah,
needs
it's
bigger
still
moves. I agree.
you can't make Star Wars too pretty. One of the things that you learn, especially in the first movies, is the driving theme is hope. It's literally the first one is called that, and A New Hope, right? In order for hope to matter, things have to be a little ugly. Right? Otherwise, what's the point of hope? If everything's so pretty and hopeful anyway, what do we need hope for? If everything's already okay. And I think that was one of the reasons why he did that too, is he wanted things to kind of be dour and dark and feel like, they were everything was oppressive, even the environment was dirty and a little gross. Like look at Dagobah, it's a swamp. It feels good enough like a swamp. The situation that Yoda's living in is filthy and obviously not very clean. And it's just all of this is leading to supposed to anyway, lead to a crescendo where Luke overcomes and hope is returned to the galaxy, and you have the big celebration. All of that, though, plays into making it feel like that if you're trying to make an immersive experience.
It does.
And if you take that away and everything's all bright and cheery, well, then what am I watching here? What are we doing? What are we doing, guys?
No, it's true, and that's one of the things. It's one of those things people don't talk about. It's just it's in the back of your mind, right? And that's something that Jon Favreau brought back for The Mandalorian. It definitely had a gritty feel to it, as it should, right? Whereas if you look at the J.J. Abrams stuff, it's all shiny because that's what he does. And I'm not going to knock J.J. for that because it's what he does great. He is a great cinematographer. He really is. He just can't do the rest of it. Well, he can produce, but he can't do the directing or the creating or the storytelling. He's just bad at that. So maybe Star Wars isn't really the best choice for J.J. Abrams to be doing. He's too shiny and spectacular. It needs to be more grungy and on the edge of the seat. And are they going to
lens flares?
Well, yeah, he does that. But I mean, like we knew, of course, in Star Wars, the original one, that Luke was going to save the day. Of course, it's a Hollywood movie, but you were worried about it. Even though you knew what was going to happen, you were still worried about it. He's going to get it. Oh God, he's going to go back. Darth Vader's on his tail. What's going to happen? Han's back, right? It had that great feel to it, and that's these. I don't even know, what do we call these JJ verse Kathleen verse crap? What do we call it?
Crap. You nailed it.
The crap.
The gay verse.
The gay.
The gay verse.
Good one. But anyway, let's move on. But I wanted to take a look at it, and we did. So there we go. Okay. Go ahead, Mister.
I mean, were any of us going to buy those novels anyway? Let's be real.
But it's a thing, dude, and it's going to be put in our face for years, dude. They're going to do animation. I guarantee you they're going to do at least Disney Plus stuff. They're going to put it in your face as harsh and as hardly as they can until you accept it.
Yeah. It was canon. It was in this book one time.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, same thing they did do for Doctor Who.
The Batman star Robert Pattinson frustrated with director Matthew Reeves.
Aww. Poor little
Poor
Robbie.
But it's just a rumor.
Yeah. poor Robbie. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at it. A new report suggests that tensions continue to mount on the UK-based set of The Batman, as Robert Pattinson may be at his wits' end concerning his working relationship with
end?
director Matt Reeves.
Ah.
According to British tabloid The Sun, it's a great reference point, who described the director as a control freak, Reeves is
That's
going.
the director's job.
Yeah, it is, right? Reeves has gone full Kubrick with his demands. What? What?
Yeah, compare him to an actual cinematic genius.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's how you fix it. Yeah, you fix it, right? With his demands.
kind of Kubrick.
Yeah, and it
Oh, he's being real Hitchcock about this. Jeez.
well, actually, if you study about Kubrick and stuff, he had much more trouble with the actors on his damn set than he was a problem. But anyway, Reeves is going full Kubrick with his demands, which include regularly forcing Pattinson to do upwards of 50 takes inside the bulky Batman suit, leaving him and the crew exhausted. Dude, you know how many directors have insisted upon hundreds of takes? That's light.
Upwards of 50, not 50 take. Yeah, so the editors can take the best take.
Yeah,
The guy's getting paid millions of dollars, right?
yeah,
I would
shut
assume.
up. Yeah, I agree,
Yeah,
Slick.
so just be quiet. It's like when you get these bitches from like professional sports. I mean, I'm like, shut the fuck up. You're playing a game and getting paid millions of dollars to do it. You're getting
Yep.
paid millions of dollars to play pretend. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's kind of slick. It's kind of like when I'm having to correct homeworks and I got to do it 50 times in a row. Damn it!
Yeah,
Oh, 50
that's
ta- you have to
horrible.
take 50 takes.
You
on this
literally
quick shit
signed up
moment.
for that.
I did.
You reading the rest of this film? It's such a grueling process apparently because Matt is such a perfectionist. Oh no, he wants to do justice for Batman.
He wants to make a good movie. What a bastard! You
piece
actual
of
bastard.
shit. You dirty bastard. You dirty fucking bastard.
You know, with the implosion that's happened with Hollywood over the last year and a half, really, it's been going on for a while, but this year's obviously been terrible for them. These actors really need to calm down because there's going to be some heads on the chopping block if this stuff doesn't start picking back up real quick. These guys are going to start feeling the old axe on the neck, and Mr. Pattinson is not as big of a star as he thinks he is.
No.
He's needs to like Mr. I mean, he's a bigger star than Ray Fisher, but also is very similar to Ray Fisher. You got to know your role. Shut your damn mouth and do your job. That's really that simple. Now, I don't think this is true, and the reason I don't is because this is way over the top. I just don't think he would have said this to somebody knowing that they're going to say it to someone else while they're filming the movie.
But
maybe he would. Maybe he's that unprofessional, but I just don't think so.
But the Sun
Kinda
said
like-
so.
Yes, remember with Christian Bale, they had that leak of him yelling at the director of photography?
Yeah.
Like that wasn't planned. It was obviously planned. The whole thing was planned. Now, he might have been angry, but the whole thing was planned. The leaking of it, when it was leaked, who it was leaked to. These sets often, now I'm not saying stuff doesn't get out sometimes, but often these sets, if you're hearing something from it, you're probably supposed to hear something from it. It's a trick. It's a little marketing ploy.
They do that. That's true. That is true. But this is ridiculous. Although I have been sitting here thinking while you guys have been talking, the worst is when they do book reports. Oh my God. It sucks. Anyway, the Sun source, further explains that it feels as if Reeves doesn't know when to stop. Good. Nothing that while Matt has done blockbusters before, the Batman is another level. Yeah, exactly. Batman is arguably the most popular.
Fucking Batman.
It's fucking Batman. It's the most popular superhero of all, and by the time the film is released, it will be the Dark Knight's first solo movie in 10 years, they stated. Warner Brothers can't afford for the fan base to be disappointed. Yeah, and have been throwing
Not
90
after-
million pounds at the film. Jesus.
Not after Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. However, the pressure being applied to Pattinson is an apparent concern among the film's crew, as the source noted that while the actor has had a tough time on these franchise movies before, which previously led to him hating Twilight by the time it was wrapped, the last thing anyone wants is for him to become jaded. Well, you know what? The director would not be having him do so many takes unless he's screwing it up, right? They're going to do a certain number of takes, just like from Boucher says, so they can have options in the editing room. But that many is
Mm,
showing that he's not getting what it is he wants him to do. And
mm,
we know that old Pattinson here has been a little angsty and juvenile in his interaction with this movie. We know that.
yeah.
He's complaining about this. He ain't working out. He's, I'm proud not to be working out. Well, you're a Batman. Work the fuck out, right? I mean, he's been a problem since the beginning. So it's probably an attitude issue. Him and their director, and he thinks he's a big enough shot to come in there and bust the director's chops. I think so. The director is like, "Oh Jesus, let's do it again. Oh Jesus, let's do it again."
Look, Matt Reeves made Planet of the Apes cool. Okay, I just.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But this
No,
is
Matt
the
Reeves is
deserves some
a very
credit.
good director. I actually don't hate him as for this job, and I personally don't hate Pattinson for it either. But if this is true, like I said, I've lots of doubt on it. If it's true and he's whining about having to do 50 takes, come on, man, buck up, nut up a little bit here. It's not that big of a deal. You know how many people? First of all, while you're doing those 50 takes, all the crew that's buzzing around you get to keep working, so that's good for them. So
yeah.
shut up and just take your money and do your job.
Yeah. And of course, you have it's true, but you have other issues that are going on here as well, right? Because, um, he, this guy can act. Pattinson can certainly act. And I didn't believe that until I saw him in The Lighthouse. And it's a quirky movie. It's not for everybody. I'll come right out and say that. But what
Yeah,
it does show is he's with, oh shit, who's the guy that plays the Goblin? Willem
Willem
Dafoe,
Dafoe.
yeah.
and they kill that movie, dude. It's really well done. So this kid's got
Mhm.
talent. He does. Um,
Willem Dafoe. We need him as the Joker. That's what we
oh
need. He'd be a
Jesus
great
Christ,
Joker.
dude. Yeah, yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway, but yeah, I don't know what to tell you there, old Patty boy. Do your job. But we're seeing this going on though. Like for instance, with video games, we keep having news reports coming out complaining about crunch. It's a freaking
yeah,
video game. Of course, it's going to have crunch. Either do the
yeah.
job or shut up and move on, right?
Well,
Well, it's
it's a
funny
bit
because
worse than that.
you'll have people who are like plumbers or whatever, contractors, carpenters or whatever, and they work 80-hour weeks all the time. That's just normal for them. And they'll
Yeah,
see this and they'll be like, "What are you complaining about? You have to work in an air conditioned office for 60 hours a week or whatever. Right? Calm down." Like,
yeah,
it's this weird thing that a lot of these people they get this. I understand they want to see their families, and some of these companies do crunch way too often because of bad management. I get all that, but calm down, guys.
yeah,
Sometimes you got to work more than you expected. It just happens.
yep. And if you're a private business owner like myself, you work a lot. I work
Yeah,
a
and you don't get
lot.
to cry about it, right?
No, I don't.
Yeah,
Yeah. But it goes beyond that too. Like I have seen recently with all this whole phenomena with dancing nurses in the West, I've seen a bunch of them complaining about 8-hour workdays. I don't know what to tell
I
you.
purposefully manipulate my schedule so I work more than that every day when
Yeah.
I do actually go into work. Before this COVID thing, I was doing 12s, four or five, sometimes 4 to 5 12s, because I would start early and work late, right? Work past normal for most people, because I wanted to get it all done in one day. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to go in and have to work 6 days a week or whatever. So I would knock it out in four by working
Yeah,
extra.
very American of you, actually. Yeah, Americans tend
I
to do
don't
that.
understand this complaining that I have to work 8 hours. It's just too much. I can't do
Yeah,
it.
I didn't get
What
that
else are
when
you
I
gonna
was in
do?
it. Yeah. I mean, if they were complaining about like 6 months of 14-hour days, all right, I
Yeah,
get you.
yeah, fuck
But
that. No, fuck that.
that's not what they're doing. They're complaining about 8 hours. I mean, you're having these socialists that are in charge of the government, it seems now, that are talking about officially breaking the week down into 6 hour workdays maximum. I've heard them,
Oh
these
my god.
politicians saying this. You realize you're going to get nothing done because as a business owner, you work as many hours as you have to. Now, your
Yeah.
employees, you have to follow rules. Sure. I have 4 employees that work for me, and
Hmm.
I have to follow certain orders and certain things with them. Although the girls will put in extra time without me even asking because they're part of the family, they're part of the company. They want to see it succeed, so they do those things from time to time. But I make sure I compensate them, or we do some like business dinner together, or we do some kind of thing. I do that kind of stuff, but
Hmm.
it's very different for them. They have their they have their 8 hour day, and that's fine. But for me and all the other me's, the millions of me's there are on this planet, we work as many hours as is necessary, right? And
Yeah.
if you do something like reducing work days down to 6, you're making all the me's put in more time, and we already
Yep.
work too much.
And that's a big problem, completely irrelevant to this. Everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of people, the actual working class, whether they're the wealthy working class or the poor working class, we're all working too much. That's just the truth.
Yeah,
And it's because there's people like old Chester here who get a lot on their plate,
yeah,
and then a lot of other people try to keep up with that. So in order to get these, it's from the top down, is what I'm saying. We have a very competitive marketplace, but like we said the other day, we work more now. On average, the average worker in like America works way more than somebody would have 2,000 years ago,
oh my
by and
god,
large,
my
because they would have
way
huge
more.
breaks
Yeah,
where they just wouldn't do much of anything because if they're a farmer, they're not farming during certain months, or they're having they're waiting on the harvest once it's planted, and if they're a farm hand, they're doing the same thing. There's not what else are they gonna do?
yeah,
Um,
that's true.
it,
But did you just create the expression trickle down workaholics? Is that what you did?
pretty much what it is you have people like a lot of these CEOs get crapped on a lot, but a lot of these CEOs, that's a 23-hour a day job.
Oh
They're
yeah,
always working. They
yeah,
wake up working, they go to sleep working, they eat working. Like they never are off work, really. Even if they're golfing or something, they're still working because they're just a phone call away or whatever.
yeah.
And it, that's just how it is. That's just the way our system in our world works. I actually do agree that it's too much, and I think we could probably incrementally get this to a much more sane situation.
Yeah,
But these people that are doing cush jobs, and I've been an actor on set, it's not hard. Most of your day, you're just sitting around waiting to do something.
I
That's what you're doing.
imagine. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's my point I wanted to make was we're seeing this across the board in many different genres and fields. And the complaining is odd to me, because I mean you gotta work for a living. We do work too much. Thundero's completely correct. We work
Yep.
way more than anyone in history before us. But and 23 hours a day, that's pretty rough. But even for someone like me, I start at 6 a.m. in the morning and I finish at 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. at night, right? Now in
Hmm.
there I have my YouTube time, I have lunch breaks, I have dinner breaks. So it's not like I'm working every minute of that. But I guarantee you it's 12 hours of work. I mean actual work.
Hmm.
And I think there's a lot of people like me. I think there's a lot of people like me, especially
Sure.
here in Japan. The Japanese are insane, right?
Yeah.
They literally had to kind of put work laws in not too long ago. It was like back in the 80s or early 90s. They had to put those laws in because people were literally working themselves to death. Literally.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a
So,
serious problem, and the worst part about it is it makes the socialists kind of right about capitalism.
mm,
In this
Oh,
regard alone, only this regard, is that we allow ourselves to be dominated by chasing being rich or whatever you want to call
that's
it.
always the worst part, is admitting socialists can be right
Yeah.
sometimes.
Well, they can't be. I mean, obviously, it wouldn't exist as an ideology for so long if there wasn't some truth in it. But their solution to it is absolutely stupid. It just makes the problem way worse. Uh,
But
but the
what have no
it's
money?
not a tuba. It's more than 6 hours a day.
But I do think that the problem can be addressed. But a lot of these people complaining, like actors, like I said, I've been on sets. I've been an actor on a set. Most of your time, even on these big productions, you're doing nothing. You're just sitting around waiting for your 15 minutes where you're actually filming that day, and then you go back to your trailer. You go just sit around on set or whatever.
Well,
It's not that hard of a job. I'm gonna tell you, it's not. It's pretty
Did you have a
easy, but it
trailer?
is a skill to it. No, I didn't. It was just a
I
small
want to
little.
see a big fun. I want to see a trailer with a big star and it says Fantaro on it.
It wasn't anything serious. Let's put it that way.
Well, I would love to see the inside of Emily Blunt's trailer.
Oh,
Oh boy.
Nice. All right,
think
next
her
story. Damn
her
it.
husband might not like that very much.
The next story. Oh my goodness gracious! Oh, this story is actually incredibly fascinating. If you guys have
It
been
is.
keeping up with this one.
Yeah.
So, Top Hat Studios categorically and absolutely refuse. Can I say it again? Categorically and absolutely refuse to censor the game A Cyberpunk Ghost Story.
Well, I don't think it's called that exactly. I saw the thing down here.
Oh yes,
yeah.
Ching Chong Chinaman Cyberpunk Ghost Story.
No,
Yes.
that's not what it says. It's a you can either use it to mean ominous or scandalous. We'll go with scandalous. How about that?
Mhm.
So sense scandalous, a cyberpunk ghost story. Yeah. Now, tell them, Booster, why are people upset about it? What are they upset about?
It has boobies.
It has boobies.
Oh no.
Not
no.
boobies.
Shouldn't be upset
Look
about.
at those look at those boobies.
They look
The
awesome.
boobies.
Yeah, I'm looking at them. I love everything I'm looking at right now.
She's got to kill someone. I can tell you
They're-
that. She'll turn around quick to
they're
the
not-
right.
They're not even exposed. What are they yelling about?
But look at those boobies.
And
Oh!
they're not even
These
that
are good.
like. They're not even that like grotesquely big or anything. Those are like.
Well, the one on the
Shut
left
up.
is a little.
They're not. Have you seen some of the shit that comes out of Japan?
Hey, John.
Those are small.
Yeah.
For Japan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are small for Japanese
know-
shit.
You know
On a quote unquote real woman, those would be big titties. That'd be on that body, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
But,
the thing, you know what's
but
funny
it's
about
Glorious,
Japan?
massive jugs on a roll.
They are
But
massive.
you know what?
Yeah.
It's a cartoon.
They would
Yeah,
look
but-
like my wife's. Yeah.
The funny thing about Japan is they do love gigantic breasts and everything they do, even kid shows, and they jiggle.
Mhm.
But the funny
Mhm.
thing
Oh
is,
no. Oh
go-
no.
oh no! But go try to find a woman with that size anywhere in Japan at all. Good luck to you, sir. That's a unicorn.
Yeah,
So-
Chester cleaned them all.
well, actually, I got one. It's pretty. How can I say this?
Voluptuous.
There we go. Thank you. I did get one of
Yes.
those. Yeah,
Hefty?
they're flat chested over here, dude.
Hefty. No, Booster, don't go around calling women hefty, bud. Just.
I know, my
Hey,
wife is
dude,
in
you
really
got
good shape.
you got a hefty pair of jugs on you, love. Yeah,
Oh
Yeah.
no.
you got a large voluptuous frame on those titties.
Well,
You
Oh.
got big fat
Voluptuous,
old
that's
milkers
it.
I'd like to nibble on.
well,
They're very voluptuous.
aside from that, which is dumb, of course, this is dumb, and good on you, Top Hat, for telling them to go, fuck off. On a side note, since John is in here and he's really good at what he does, I don't know. What do you think about the art, John?
No, the art's beautiful.
You like it?
There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with it at all. No, it's great. It's all great art.
Yeah, I've seen you draw feet. You can't judge.
Let's see here. Amron says, explain. He told me Tanaka. I don't know that person. I mean, there are some women with a breast.
She's the unicorn you're talking about. Just
Yeah.
there. Yeah. Yes. Be careful.
Tomi
Be careful.
Tanaka.
Oh, careful. Safe search on, safe search on.
Yes.
Strict.
You need to put. She's a porn star, Chester.
Oh, she's a porn star. Oh, okay.
Yes.
She is well breasted. I've never seen a girl like that in Japan. I've never seen one.
Now
of these.
you have.
What happened to her? That's a tumor.
What happened to her? She got way too close to Godzilla, and that was
The radiation, yeah. Now,
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
mutation.
Now, I've seen plenty of ladies like this in the West. Sure, there's plenty of
Yeah.
big titted ladies, but I've never seen anything even close to this, dude. Even close. That's
How's the face though, Chester? You're the Asian face expert, but there's something
let me
that's off
find a
to me.
better picture because that's not a good one.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's like
So.
it's something about it is off to me. I can't
Yeah, she looks like a
explain.
goober.
Yeah, she's not that.
Yeah, there you go.
Not
That's
too
the
pretty.
that's
But
the professional
But with
term
a
for
body
it.
like that, she doesn't have to be.
I
Mhm,
guess
mhm.
not, especially if she's doing pornography or something. But nah, she's not that pretty a girl. But who cares? Good on her. Good on you, girl. Well, there you go. Thank you, Amran. It's impressive that Amran can instantly name a Japanese porn star. Okay.
Mhm, mhm.
Armron needs references, and he
Yeah,
has them.
that's true. That is true.
Yeah. Mhm, mhm.
Get out the inflatable bike bump. Damn right. Of it.
Anyway,
So there you go. This chick is smaller breasted than her.
we should read more of the story, Chester. We should look at the original statement, right? Which
Okay.
is quite
Sure.
good.
Where is
And
that?
then after the original statement, all of the usual types, with the journalists and the what have yous and the woke crowd, they all began to gaslight this company, saying, "No one cared, no one tried to cancel you." To which they made another tweet showing the receipts of everyone that tried to cancel them and sent
Oh, I
them death threats.
saw that. That was really good too. The way they set that up. These people are just actually looking at all the things that are being sent to this company by these crazy people. It's out of control. Some of these comments are just like really gross just to read. They make you feel gross.
for making women with large breasts.
Yes.
Let's remember that this
The,
is what
crime.
the problem is. These women have large breasts
Yes.
So
because that doesn't exist in the wild, apparently.
So let me just grab the name then and see if I can't find what you're talking about somehow. Let's go over here. Sorry there, baby. Yeah, you're getting kicked out.
So big titty mama.
Business
Oh.
first.
Alrighty, let's.
You
see
are a
here.
workaholic, Chester.
You know what? Go to
Yes.
their Twitter. Go to their Twitter page. So was
Oh,
it Top Hat Studios Twitter page? How about I find it for you? Would you like that?
No, I'm capable.
Sure thing, Dad.
Chester's handy capable.
I am. So I'm gonna search
All right,
Twitter with
found
that.
it.
Shut up. I'm capable.
I'm putting in the chat. You can.
I found it.
If
Ha!
you ever want to admit defeat, you could use the link. Yeah. There you go.
All right, let's see if we can
What do
find
we have
here.
here?
Oh Jesus, this is what you're talking about here. Damn,
Yeah.
dude.
Yep.
It's too small
So
to read, but Jesus.
As they say, we originally did not want to make this post, as to not accidentally incite a search for these posters and cause further fights. However, as there is now an industry-adjacent people slandering and gaslighting us as liars, we've compiled a sampling from Twitter, FB, Facebook, and email. 1 out of 5, if you keep scrolling down, right?
Holy
Yeah, there's another one.
shit, dude.
Scroll down, there's another one. Another one. This is a sampling of what they've been getting. But they've been called liars, like they've never been have anyone attempt to cancel them or send them death threats
Right. No, and
over something very tame, honestly.
I can read
Not
one of them
even-
here. It says, disgusting incel garbage. Can't you keep your cesspool on 4chan? Damn. Okay.
They're quite angry.
Yeah, they are. With that said, we appreciate sincerely overwhelming support. Really, as we said, we didn't want to make this post, but we aren't going to allow people to spread lies. No less from those with a vetted interest in calling us liars. We aren't changing sense content. You go, dude. You
Yeah.
go. Let me see if I can read some of these other ones here. I don't think Nintendo are going to be happy to learn incel fantasies. The incel are being thrown out of their platform. Everyone in my network is letting them know. You're gonna feel really stupid when they pull the rug out from under you. Well, Nintendo does not care. There you go. I said it. But yeah, no, that's yeah, they can really be nasty. These people these days are very nasty, and good on this company for saying, screw off. We're doing what we're doing. If you don't like it, don't buy it. I mean, it's simple. Yeah. So good on them, dude. Good on them.
Well, it's also like that guy said. Nintendo isn't going to allow you to do press releases and stuff if they haven't already approved it. That's well, Nintendo's been around a long time. They're not a completely stupid company. They're not going to be like, yeah, we're going to put this out on the Switch. But Nintendo hasn't approved it yet. Nintendo will be like, well, you're not putting that out on the Switch. Go fuck yourself. That's not happening.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
because you had the audacity to do that, they would be like, no, sorry. Bye.
Oh,
Go away.
trust that the Japanese have vetted the hell out of it, and
Yes.
once they've signed it and put it on into the machine, they ain't pulling it back. That's just how they do. But it doesn't look to me that this is any manner of a hentai or a pornographic thing. It's just a pretty simple game. The girls just are large breasted, which is standard here in Japan. Everything looks like that. Like I said, kids shows have jiggling boobs. I'm not kidding.
They should.
I don't believe you, Chester. Send me a link.
Oh, goodness gracious. It's unfortunate, dude. But good on him for that. And I guess we'll have to keep me informed, Booster, if anything changes with this, because as of right now, nothing happened, right?
Nothing's happened.
Other than them slapping down some SJW filth, nothing happened.
They just stood their ground, and nothing happened by bowing down to them. What?
Amazing.
You don't have to bow down to them?
It's almost like these people have no real power. Whoa! It's crazy!
So now here's the thing, though. I don't know this game whatsoever, but as I'm looking at looking over here at the Japanese, like I said, it could mean ominous thing, or it could mean scandalous. If they're using it to mean scandalous, then maybe it does have a little bit of the sexual touch to it. I'm not sure how they're using it. I don't know the reference point, but I don't know.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They made a game. They made a game that has big boobies in it. They didn't take Sailor Moon and put big boobies on her. They made their own game, and they're selling their own game.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on.
Well, I do love it because it's always, they always say, well, go make your own, and these people did, and they still got to get shit on.
Now, let's move on, though, and good on them for that. But we have one more story we're going to deal with today that I think will be interesting to end the show. But before we do that, I feel we need a palate cleanser. We really need to kind of just take a breath, and feel better. So here is a Red Sonja cosplay, and just to get your opinion, Mm-hmm.
Oh, my.
Okay.
All right. I'm okay with that.
Nice looking Jewish girl.
Yeah.
Oh, she has a face? Wait.
Well,
She's
don't look at the face too long.
I really think the only thing it needs to be said is hired.
And she looks very cold.
Yes, she does. You go, girl. And give her credit, because this is not the prettiest girl in the world, but damn.
She's putting in effort, all right?
She is, dude. She got snow now. Look at that. He got action scene booster.
Oh, thank you, Chester. My PP is hard live on air. I'm very happy. Yeah. Great.
But good on her, man. That's not my favorite. This is my favorite right here. That right there. Yeah, baby.
I don't know. I love a good squatting woman. I think it's just sexy. I don't know what it is.
That's as expected, though. This is very sensual. She's looking right at me, Thunder.
Only you, in fact.
Right.
Yeah.
But nice palate cleanser. You guys are all welcome. Those of you from Canada, don't look. You're not allowed.
Chester.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, I got a very big PP.
Is it past the hair now? Sweet.
It's almost 2 inches.
Oh my god. But I thought it was just cool. Let's get into the final story, though. Go ahead, Booster.
Oh, Avengers Campus coming soon.
All right. Now, new Disney theme park. right? They're now. I don't know why they went with Avengers Campus when, of course, they should have called it Avengers Academy. I don't understand that. It's confusing to me.
You silly bastards.
I mean,
This
but
is
whatever.
retarded.
Let's take a look at what's coming with it and see what we think about it. As you see, they got like a rendered idea of what they want it to look like up here on top. So it's it's a sizable area. It's a nice little section, I think. And of course, the Avengers are very popular. So hopefully, and they don't do like they did with the Galaxy's Edge and have no reference point for anybody and have characters that no one hardly knows. Definitely don't have any of the characters that everybody knows. That's not a good idea. I don't think they'll do that here. This is
I
created
hope
for the
Kamala
next.
Khan is here,
I hope so
and
too.
she's
Yeah.
submitting her fan fiction that all the Avengers have read.
Yeah. This is for the next generation of superheroes, however. Interesting.
Oh.
Let's see what we got. We got the Web Slingers, a Spider-Man adventure. Help wrangle spider bots, run amok, and save the campus from havoc. Why are they using campus and not academy, dude?
It is strange.
Yeah, nice little alliteration. What the hell?
I don't know. But this is probably one of those little things you sit in, and there's like you're surrounded by a screen, and the thing shakes, and I don't know what they call those. It's not a real ride.
Simulator.
Yeah, but it could be fun though. Some of those are fun. So we've got a Spider-Man one that's going to be popular. Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. Join Rocket on a fast-paced, thrill-packed mission to free his Guardian pals. Now, is this going to be one of those walkthroughs, or is this going to be like Space Mountain? I don't know.
I don't know.
Is this brand new? It looks like the same exact shape as the Hollywood Tower of Terror. They repurpose it?
They might. I don't know. I don't know about that, but it's coming. It's not done yet. But I thought, oh, that looks interesting. That might be fun, right?
Hmm. I don't like it.
You don't like it? Okay.
I don't like change.
You don't like change. Let's see. Guardian Breakout temporarily unavailable. All right, so they haven't. It isn't finished yet. Let's see. Tenelever Tivan, aka the Collector, all right, has brought his unique collection of fantastic fauna, relics, and species from across the cosmos to Earth for the very first time. He offers to show you his newest acquisitions. Star-Lord, Gamora, Rocket, Drax, and Groot are held captive in electrified glass cases that dangle precariously over an abyss. Oh. Join a Rocket rescue mission. When Rocket escapes, he commandeers a gantry lift and enlists your help on a harrowing mission to rescue his fellow Guardians. Okay, so this one seems to be like a moving walkthrough, maybe.
Could be.
Oh wait, go down just a little bit again.
Sure.
Hold on a
Oh,
second.
oh,
Okay, yeah, that is no, a little bit more up, where it shows the map right there. That is exactly where the Tower of Terror was. So they're changing it, they're repurposing it.
those bastards.
Oh, I
That's in Disney
see.
California. That's in Disney California Adventure. That's not actually in Disneyland.
Oh, I see. Okay, okay. So, well, that's
Oh,
good.
good.
That's cool, though. Have you ever been to this attraction before?
Yeah, many times.
Well, what is it like? Is it a walkthrough or is it a ride? What is it?
No, it's actually you get strapped into this big. It's one of those drops, like
Okay.
when you get it's like a big car that a bunch of people sit in, and it gets raised up cables, and then the what it used to be two separate compartments that would go up and down real fast. They would actually not just drop you, but also pull you very quickly back up.
Oh.
So it was so there's a lot of room in there to do whatever they need to do.
Oh, that's cool, dude. I mean, I actually kind of was interested in this when I saw it. I was like, that could be this could be a fun thing. I mean, because the Galaxy Edge should have been fun too, but they didn't have anything there people wanted to see. I don't, we got Spider-Man. People like Spider-Man. Guardians of the Galaxies
I
are
like
awesome.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they think that people are going there because they want this sterile Avengers interior, like inside of the Shield starship or something where everything's glass and you can look at things, they don't really want that. They want, you want to be able to go in there and you want to see the ambiance. That's what Disneyland's all about, is they present the ambiance better than anybody else. They want to be like inside of the Sanctum Sanctorum. They want to have all that little stuff going on. If you have everything like, because they did have an area in Disneyland before that was dedicated to. I guess it was called like the Avengers, but what did they used to call the Stark Expo? It was kind of like that, where they would showcase new things, and that place was perpetually empty.
Oh, yeah, that's not good. I don't know. I haven't been to those things. I just thought it from when I saw it. I was like, oh, that's kind of
Here's
cool.
my question: why? Maybe they have one. And I just didn't see it in this list here. Why didn't they build like a Asgardian throne room or something? Like
Yeah.
something really cool. That'd be sweet to actually cool to go look at.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a good point. And actually, what John just said about the Sanctum Sanctorum, I would
Yeah.
rather, I'd like to see that. But if you look right here, they've destroyed it. Sanctum, explore the ruins of the mysterious ancient sanctum and encounter the masters of mystical art, Doctor Strange. I don't want to see a ruined one. I want to see the actual sanctum. That would
Yeah.
be fun. But whatever, it might be cool. Avengers headquarters, encounter some of Earth's mightiest heroes, and watch them spring into action. Sweet. Let's see, epic experiences. Pim's Test Kitchen, that might be fun. A little restaurant.
Will we have a wife beating simulator?
Maybe. Yeah.
Oh my god!
They got a store. The web supply.
Wow, would you like I'm really hitting her? Make me a sandwich, you bitch!
Right.
Toy store. Here's the map. And so it is all over here. It's all over in that section that John was talking about. All right. Yeah. Cool. So I don't know what to think of it, but it looks like they're if you come up here, it looks like they're putting a section to it. There's a whole bunch of little buildings in here. It might be fun, dude. Now these things, I'm assuming, because I did go to a Disney World, and when we paid our ticket, we were able to go everywhere. So I'm assuming that's the same in Disneyland. When you pay your ticket to enter the park, you can go to any section of the park. Is that true?
Nope. Nope.
It's not
No,
true.
in Disneyland, well, they kind of hold this place over here kind of like on a pedestal because the historic nature of it. Because they still have areas you can't go because it was like Walt Disney's private stuff, and it's like a museum now for high-paying members. But you'll go, you can get one pass or the other, or you can spring another $60 and get a park hopper pass and do both parks.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well,
I can't imagine why attendance is so low.
yeah, they just overcharge
Because they're not
everyone.
opening it, dude. People will pay whatever it costs to go to Disneyland. I don't know why. They'll just do whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes. They open
People
the
are
I don't
dumb.
give a shit about Disneyland. I've been to it 3 times now, and I'm just like,
Well, technically it is kind of a place for kids, but I would go to this. I go check it out. Why not? Especially if you had any excuse to take my kids with me, I'd definitely, for myself, go check it out. But maybe they'll do one in Tokyo. I don't know. Japanese do love the Avengers stuff, so they might well do one here too. There are a couple of interesting comments over here. Of course, all the comments are cool in the chat, but a couple that did catch my eye.
Every con.
Well, El Rodimus said, "Be happy the new Disney park credits Jack Kirby." That's cool, because
But
Marvel
what about
certainly
Steve
doesn't.
Ditko?
Yeah, okay.
Well, they probably had to wait.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I'll do, Chester. I'll go and I'll be your eye in the sky on-site reporter here. I'll go check it out and I'll report back to you.
That sounds good to me. I don't know.
Yeah, and maybe you can buy the Black Widow lingerie and for me, I guess.
No,
you're gonna
You
wear
look
that?
fantastic in a Chester.
Great. I want to see pictures.
I just think it's a massive missed opportunity. They could have done the Asgard thing. They could have done the Sanctum.
Asgard
actually done it.
boring.
They could have had all kinds of cool stuff, like Guardians of the Galaxy. You could have their ship. You could go on and walk around in the ships and stuff. Like they could have done some really cool stuff with this,
Well, they
and it
might
just
have
kind of
that.
Baby Groot, yeah.
Yeah,
just
I'd like to
seems
see more
phoned in.
pictures because there are those big, epic, iconic scenes from the movies that you want to go and stand in front of while somebody takes your picture. You want to be in Tony Stark's basement, his mechanic shop. You know what I mean? You want to be in these famous.
Yeah.
You don't want to go to Avengers Tower. Nobody wants to go to Avengers Tower.
I want to go through one of the portals and go fight Thanos.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that'd be cool. But it looks like they only have 4 actual attractions, just 4, and the rest of the stuff is just shopping, food and shopping.
But
But
on
Want to
your
be
left,
at Jeff
Steve
Goldblum's Coliseum?
yeah,
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
really cool.
The big arena. Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is, they do all that stuff like how they used to have Waterworld, where everybody can actually go into the arena and you can watch a show or something. It'd be great.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
it seems like I don't know what they're doing with, especially with this naming convention they got going on. It seems like they don't. It almost seems like somebody's there trying to sabotage success.
That's interesting. That you say that, but they do have a COVID warning, which is nice. But the thing is still sticking in my head though is why the hell Avengers Campus? I don't get it. It's like, it's like some grandpa said, they like them Avengers. Why don't we make it like a school they could go to? We could call it the campus for the Avengers.
Call it
No one,
Hogwarts. Wait a minute.
no, yeah, right. And no one said, well, they already got that. I don't know, whatever. It doesn't matter. I just thought it was kind of cool. Interesting thing to end the day on, I thought. Let me jump back over here to the other side, and where are we here? No.
It does look cool. I do want to go see that.
Yeah, I think it looks cool. All right, so let me jump back over here and stop doing that. Yeah, there we go. All right, well, that was an experience today. Hour and a half feels so much longer. But thank you guys for coming in and joining us. It was a lot of fun. We got to talk about some fun things and some silly things too, and we got to see some boobies. That's always good. That's a
Mhm.
plus.
Spectacular.
Yeah, yeah. I
Pew.
Chester delivers. I do. Yeah. Anyway, let's go through here because I do need to get on and get out of here and get on with my day. And let these guys get their closing comments. I usually let Thunder close it, but you know what? Today I'm going to let Booster close it.
Oh god,
Booster's
don't do
going to be
that.
the man. So
I don't
John.
want. I don't want to be I don't want to be a little boy.
All right, then that's fine. John, say something to the people.
Hi, people. If you want more Dillard, you just can't get enough. You're chomping at the bit and salivating to get more Dillard. I'm going to go be on Michael Bancroft's show in about 20 minutes, so head on over there. I'm promoting The Buckler, which is ending in about 30 hours. So you can please support The Buckler on Indiegogo.
Yeah, no, please do. And if one of our moderators over there could drop that link in there, it's a great looking book. I backed it myself. I think it's good. Very nice. Go check it out, guys. Thundero.
Hang on, I'm being a good mod.
I see that.
Yeah, I don't have anything to say. I'll see you guys Sunday. We're gonna shred the Bible some more just because we love you. And it's the ultimate conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
And other than that, so far, I don't know about everybody else, but so far, 2021 starting off pretty good for me. Hopefully that momentum continues. I doubt it though, because why not? But hopefully it does, and hopefully everybody has a good week.
Only 4 days.
4 days I'm taking them. All right.
All right. Yeah. I do think we have been seeing old Biden boy there disintegrating in front of us. He was up there talking on the TV because he's the office of the president-elect, don't you know? And boy, he's just bald. He's just lost his hair all of a sudden. What happened?
Yeah, I wouldn't know what that's like.
Or liver spotted up head and everything, dude. Damn. He's just
Looking
falling
like
apart.
Mr. Burns and shit.
Yeah, right? Right? It's not good. All right, Slick.
I am currently, as we speak, working on the last details. I keep saying this, but like I am. I'm like, it's right there. And when I'm done, I'll tell you guys, and it'll be soon.
All right, rock on. And
That's
before
why I'm quiet. That's why I've been quiet, is I've been doing this. I just
Oh, awesome. Well, we'll look forward to seeing it, dude. Now, Booster, before you close us out of here, do we have a drone recorder this week?
I don't know.
You're in charge.
I don't want to be in charge.
Ah,
I don't like responsibility. I
He
want
doesn't want to close out the show. He doesn't want responsibility.
I just want to eat candy and play video games.
Make a decision right now. Are we having a drone recorder or not?
Yeah, well, you can have a drone quarter if you like. I don't mind.
All right, fine. So come back and check this out for that. I don't think there's a Pontificators on our show. He is literally in the middle of moving to Texas. Hopefully that does come back. That was a lot of fun. But anyway, thank you all very much. We will certainly see you on Sunday, nevertheless, where we will be doing our Night Owls, and of course our TFT will be Constantine. Booster, take us out of here.
Hi, I'm Booster. You lads all know me. I'm just a little Kiwi boy who occasionally says funny things. You know, you can follow him on Twitter and YouTube if you like, whatever. And you should follow Chester because our subscribers aren't getting to 1,000, and that makes me sad. I wanted to be 1,000, and namaste to that, to 1,000 subscribers.
Namaste, I guess. All right. Thank you, Booster. Thank you all very much. It was a lot of fun, and we'll check you out later, I guess. Actually, I should probably set up this other thing, though, because, I'm usually have a outro. So let me go ahead and set that up before I forget, and then press the button wrong.
Okay, bye. I love you. Bye.
I can sing you an outro.
Yeah, do that.
That'd be
No.
nice.
I want to sing "The Review Goes On" by Nostalgia Critic.
Mm.
All right.
can
Maybe
sing
I
My
did it
Heart
right.
Will Go On.
Let me see if I did it right. All right. Here we go. Later.
Bye. Bye. I love you.
Bye, Chester. Thanks so much for having me on.
Bye. I love you. Bye.
I love you more, Boots.